Alright, hey guys, me again, you know who I am. Today I'm here to talk about 2019 for Warframe. 2019 looks like it's going to be a very good year for Warframe, but if DE doesn't get it right, it also could be like one of the worst years for Warframe, because in the latest dev stream 2 days ago, they laid out all of their plans for the year. I was not expecting for them to have a roadmap, because DE doesn't really hit deadlines that often with Warframe. I'm sure you older players remember the wait for the war without. So when they laid out all these big plans, I was very surprised. So here's what's in store for Warframe in 2019.
Too much of it.
Okay, so what I've seen is reworks. I'm gonna put that over here in chat. We'll put Prime Trailer on here as well. Okay, we have raids back.
Railjack.
Kingpin. I saw Kingpin as well. Okay, and I see lore as well. Okay, so I'll share with you what we have in the works right now for a roadmap in this extremely slick, well-rehearsed presentation. We have 3 Warframes in the queue. The big focus of 2019 is to change the ratio that we've been doing tentpole releases. Last year, we really spent a lot of effort to make a big demo at TennoCon. And this year, we are going to mix that up a bit and change some of that ratio. So what you're going to see early on this year is something we call right now Deck 12 Exploiter. Following that, we have in the works the Gas City.
Right, all right.
The next thing I have is what we're calling...
This is pre-TennoCon, though.
Pre-TennoCon.
This is all pre-TennoCon. Wolf of Saturn. And this is a complete transformation of how alerts and challenges work in the game. The next one, the new war. Following that, so now we're kind of getting closer to summer. This is Warframe Empyrean. So what is this? It's just a fancy way of saying this is Railjack. Warframe Empyrean is Railjack, but it's not like a quest that's above Venus. It is. Well, our ambitions for it are every location in the solar map that you have now and beyond, possibly even connected to the image that you just saw. And it is a whole new way to play Warframe, a ship to build and research and upgrade and specialize and customize, and to go on missions with your friends all over the place. Moving into the fall now. So what we would be doing in typical DE fashion is picking up the pieces and starting work on a tile set and a faction that you've never seen before.
That's it.
So the Plains of Deviri, with the intentional misspelling, is our fall target for a new faction. I think we kind of call it our like ongoing rework and upgrades. We have reworks. Obviously, people know we have a very serious melee rework in progress.
Which, if you don't recall from our last stream, we're doing piece by piece. So instead of doing a full systemic change where there's no turning back, we'll do it per weapon school per time, so that your feedback loop is a little more smooth rather than here's everything at once, and a lot more difficult to manage that.
We have a difficulty rework as well, and that's some of that. The Wolf of Saturn will show you a little bit of our ideas there. But again, we definitely are reading the room about difficulty. And then the last one, which I get a lot of, I still get a lot of tweets on, is kind of the new player experience and the tutorials in Warframe. We have a very small team working on redoing the beginning of the game.
So starting off, that they mentioned that there is no big secret this year, which means that we're going to actually get quite a few content updates, which is going to be very good for veterans out there, because the one thing that Warframe struggles with is player engagement. Player engagement is very, very low for Warframe, and to be honest, when I play Warframe, I kind of don't want to stop. I want to have be there like every day, every week for something different, something new to go and get or go and grind for. And the one thing that I feel like might alleviate this issue is the challenge and alert rework that is coming, and that's going to be called the Wolf of Saturn 6. The Wolf of Saturn 6 is apparently a Battle Pass-esque thing from Fortnite or Paladins or whatever Battle Pass game you play. I don't really know much about the battle pass from other games, so I have nothing really to comment on this, but I feel like this is going to be very, very good for the game, as well as a difficulty rework. And Scott or Steve mentioned something about you being able to have a slider that scales up and down the enemy levels, as well as the rewards will scale up appropriately to the difficulty. And so that's going to bring rise to probably new XP farms, though currently the best one is Sanctuary Onslaught, and it's the level 20 to 30 one, not the elite version. The elite version is actually not very good for leveling up items and stuff like that. And I'm guessing there's probably going to be maybe an armor rework in there somewhere or a scaling rework inside the difficulty rework. We'll have to see about that and how the star chart changes with the difficulty rework. But that will be very interesting. They also mentioned that the new war is coming. All right. And they also showed an asset for a sentient ship of some kind. And they also mentioned Railjack after the new war. So instead of Railjack being just for Venus, it's going to be available for every planet. And that's going to be great. Now, personally, I'm hoping that there's going to be like a PvP mode or a competitive clan versus clan mode like they had with Dark Sectors, where Dark Sectors was a very MOBA-esque mode. And I feel like on its core concept, that sounds super duper fun. Like, you drop into a mission. I don't remember how many players were on each team, but there are like specters in the mix, and you need to level up. And when you leveled your Warframe up, all your gear started at level 0. And when you start leveling up, your mods will also level up like a rank or a rank. And then you get another level, you get another rank on a different mod. And it was great. That's, on its course concept, that sounds super great. Though I feel like the balance might not be that great with all the new weapons we have now. And now that we have no stamina in there, it's probably not going to be a very fun experience. It's just going to be like Conclave, but it's competitive. And Conclave is not that fun because the pacing is just way, way unbelievably too fast. And like mobility, I feel like is a bit too high in Conclave in general to make it like a fun experience. It's just kind of irritating. I was hoping something along those lines, maybe like 5 versus 5, where capital ships where we're all fighting each other for a base. I think that would also be fun. Because it would be like almost like a 20v20 mode, but that's just my idea on Railjack and whatnot. I'm very excited for Railjack and what it can mean potentially. Speaking of PvP modes, there is another mode slated in for Conclave or something like that, and it's going to be a racing mode. And they teased briefly about something about blue shells. Maybe there's not going to be, maybe there is. So maybe it's going to be like Mario Kart. Personally, I'm about to do a little write-up on a Warframe party game, because I feel like that would be a really, really good addition to Warframe's PvP, so that everyone can join in, and like it doesn't matter who you are or what master you are, jump in, you play some party games, you have a good time, and it's all in good fun. Moving along, we have the event coming that is Deck 12. Deck 12 will give use to the Exploiter Orb that is currently wandering around in Orvalis right now that you can't damage, but the orb can damage you. Now that seems like it's going to be coming very soon, because they flashed this image a lot during the stream. So I'm guessing that is coming very, very soon, if they're teasing it all throughout the stream and to such an extent. So look forward to that. Gas City rework is still coming, and it's also coming with a new game mode and probably some new lore. Speaking of tile sets, if there's any tile set that needs a rework, it is the Corpus Arcwing tile set. That tile set is awful. Everyone hates bumping their head on random shit all the time because it is so tight and hard to see like where you're going when you're bumping into shit all the time. So if any tile set needs a rework desperately, it is that tile set. The Grenier Free Space tile set is amazing. They also said that Melee 3.0 was coming this year, but we didn't get any new information on Melee 3.0, which is a bit of a shame. I really wanted to see what the channeling mode is going to be like, but they just kept that under wraps for so long. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. They also mentioned a tutorial redesign for the beginning of the game. Now, I'm tempted to make a brand new account just to see what that's like when that comes out. But as far as intros and tutorials go in Warframe, the best tutorial that we had was the one when you dropped immediately into Fortuna, where it introduced you to every character, and it gave you a little bit of a side story that added character development to Thursby, which later became Legs. So I thought that was an excellent intro. That's probably the best ones that Warframe has done. Now, if they did the same intro style with like the mod system and like upgrading gear and all that other stuff, it's good to go. You basically have a amazing tutorial that won't off-put players. Because the way with the current tutorial system is, it off-puts players into thinking that the game is pay to win and that you have to buy all these market items to even have a fighting chance, but you really don't. It's just that you have to go looking for that stuff, to really understand the meat and potatoes of the game. We're also getting another expansion called Plains of Deviri, which is going to introduce a new villain. I don't know how far along that is, but it seems to be just in concept stage right now. But that's another expansion on top of the several expansions we're going to have coming this year. We have New War. We have Deck 12, which is coming soon, probably. We're going to have the Wolf of Saturn 6, which is going to have an animated comic with the alert rework, challenge rework, and some Battle Pass-esque format that I don't really understand too well. And then we're going to have Plains of Deviri, which is going to introduce a new villain. So there's a lot coming this year. They're not holding any secrets back. So we know what's ahead of us, and we're not just waiting from dev stream to dev stream to see if there's going to be hopefully anything new. We have it all laid out for us here right now, which is amazing. Now, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below with how you think that 2019 will pan out for Warframe. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.